ChatGPT is one of the most incredible innovations we have seen to date. We believe that there's a world where AI chatbots could take over Google.
But as amazing as it is, it has some drawbacks. This next concern might be the biggest one yet.
There still seems to be an issue with ChatGPT.
Can we trust ChatGPT? Every single day of our lives, you have to look something up on the internet. So for example, you have to look up an athlete's name or an actor's name, but you don't really know what to search to find them. In today's day and age, we have the option of either using a search engine like Google or an AI chatbot like ChatGPT.
Correct. So this race is between these AI chatbots and the search engines. And for the sake of this video, we're going to narrow it down to the two biggest players in this space, and that's Google and ChatGPT. For the last decade, Google has been the king of search, but the question is, can ChatGPT win this race?
We've talked about ChatGPT in a lot of different videos so far, but as amazing as it is, it has some drawbacks compared to Google. So for one thing that we have talked about in the past as well is server load. When you try to get an answer for something, sometimes it takes way longer than it should.
Yes, and you might be thinking to yourself, oh, is this my Wi-Fi? But no, it doesn't really have to do with internet connection or latency. Well, that is unless you have Cricket Wireless. It really has to do with server load.
When many users are interacting with AI simultaneously, it can slow down the response times as the servers work to manage and process a high volume of requests.
And this is similar to traffic on a website. So when there's a bunch of people on one website, you might be able to see that it's slowing down. And that happens for everybody on that site.
So how do we get these AI models to speed up? So as the underlying algorithms for the models improve in efficiency, we'll see faster response times. Additionally, as more support moves into the space, we'll have upgrades to the current infrastructure for the servers. In the future, we'll see more of these models built into the devices themselves, allowing for the processing to occur on the client side.
So even when the server load is manageable, there still seems to be an issue with ChatGPT giving concise answers. Sometimes I just want a quick answer and I don't need multiple sentences telling me about things that I don't need to know. So if I want to know what the temperature is outside and I look up on Google and it tells me right away that it's 73 degrees, perfect, I got that information. But with ChatGPT, it's going to go on a rant about what cumulus clouds are out in the sky and what they are, and it's going to give me information that I don't exactly need.
This next concern about ChatGPT might be the biggest one yet. So can we trust ChatGPT? This is where AI hallucinations come in. An AI hallucination is when an AI model generates content that's either incorrect, misleading, or biased. And this happens when the model has either insufficient training data, or the model makes incorrect assumptions, or there's biases in the data to begin with. And this is where Google currently remains king, is the reliability. You can definitely go to some false websites, but as long as you can trust the source, you know that the answer that you're getting is correct.
It would be ignorant of us to say that ChatGPT is not one of the most incredible innovations we have seen to date. And we believe that there's a world where AI chatbots could take over Google. The question is, can Google's AI chatbot, Gemini, integrate itself into the search engine and other facets of technology? Or will a competitor like ChatGPT beat them to it?
Probably the biggest benefit of ChatGPT and using it over any other search engine is the conversational nature. If you don't know exactly what you're looking for when you ask a question, this helps massively. So Google search is a one-way information transfer from you to the search bar. ChatGPT allows you to ask questions and get questions back from the bot so that you can further clarify what you're looking for.
ChatGPT is also much more multimodal. What that means is it's able to interpret things like pictures, PDFs, and charts. And it's able to continue that personalized conversation and dive deep into asking and answering any questions.
ChatGPT has access to external APIs. So for example, you could use like a Zapier API, which would allow you to ask the bot to send emails or create appointments. This is something that a search engine like Google cannot do and probably never will, which is why, these chatbots have the potential to replace the search engines.
So far, we have been able to talk about all the pros and cons when considering Google and ChatGPT, but it's important to understand what each interface is used for. So there are three main queries people search up: navigational, informational, and explorational queries. We're going to compare Google and ChatGPT with all three of these to show how they fare with each one.
Yeah, so first we're going to look at the navigational query that could be used for when you're trying to research how to find something. So this could be like best Amazon deals or Expedia flights. We're going to ask it to log into Instagram for us and compare the two.
Obviously, Google handles this with ease. It has no problem immediately giving you the link to get right to the Instagram login page. ChatGPT does not have that ability yet, and it does fall behind Google or any other search engine here, as it really doesn't have the capability to do navigational queries yet.
Next, we have the informational query. So when you want information on what Netflix shows to watch next or whatever is happening in the news, you'll use this type of question.
Okay, so here we asked both interfaces to look up the score to last night's Miami Heat game. We asked ChatGPT several times what the score of the Heat game was, and we got a ton of different results. We were told that they lost Game 1 of the NBA Finals, which happened all the way back on June 3rd. They then also told us that they lost Game 5 in the NBA Finals, and then we were finally able to get to the right answer, which was them losing to the Sixers last night. So not only did the Heat lose a lot of times, but so did ChatGPT, as Google's answer is clearly more reliable and accurate.
Yeah, and finally, we're going to look at explorational queries. This is used for when you need to dive deep into a topic and when the question that you're asking is kind of the start of the learning process. This might require follow-up questions and extensive research. So, for example, in preparation for this video, actually, we asked both ChatGPT and Google, quote, why do generative AI chatbots, such as yourself, take so long to generate responses? Is it due to server load? Is there a way to make them faster?
So when asking Google this explorational question, it honestly wasn't very good. In fact, it was hard to find out what to write to find the true answer to this question. And as far as the results, they were not exactly what we were looking for. But with ChatGPT, it produced a really strong answer. We were able to clearly grasp the answer to our questions with even more information than we asked for. The best part about this is if we had questions on certain pieces of the answer that it provided, we were able to dive deeper and ask about it. This makes ChatGPT a much stronger resource when looking for an in-depth answer to explorational queries.
We are living in a world that is changing every single day. Just a couple years ago, ChatGPT didn't even exist. Now it's on a path to completely take down the giant of the internet, Google. We know that these companies, Microsoft and OpenAI with ChatGPT, to Google with Gemini, and even Facebook with Llama, they are racing to be the king of search. And it's going to be very interesting to see where, ChatGPT and other AI chatbots improve, as well as what the search engines do to compete.
So before you guys click off this video, if you learned something today, it would help us a ton if you could just share this video to somebody. It takes a few seconds, but it could help us in a huge way. So while you're at it, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Definitely hit the like button as well, and talk to us in the comments.
Yeah, and thanks for being here, guys. We do have a question for you and Alex. So what is onces plus onces?
Yep, that's going to be
Deuces.